Back in Genesis chapter 38 today, let's pick up in verse 19. It says, afterwards, she went back home, took off her veil, and put on her widow's clothing. Now that's Tamar, Judah's daughter-in-law. She has posed as a prostitute. She has had sex with him, and now she goes back home. Now verse 20. Later, Judah asked his friend Hira the Adullamite to take the young goat to the woman and to pick up the things he had given her as his guarantee. So remember, as we talked about yesterday, if you hadn't watched that one, go back, side back, spend 3 minutes, watch that one, where she was given his walking stick and the seal, which was proof that she was the woman. And then he is supposed to send her a young goat for payment after this. So Hira, once again, anytime you see Hira in this chapter, you know it's just a wreck. It's a mess. Everything's bad. He has done nothing but lead Judah down the wrong path. So later, Judah asked his friend Hira the Adullamite to take the young goat to the woman to pick up the things he had given her as a guarantee, but Hira couldn't find her. So he asked the men who lived there, where can I find the shrine prostitute who was sitting beside the road at the entrance to Enom? We've never had a shrine prostitute here, they replied. Now that's interesting. They didn't just view a prostitute as a prostitute in this. They talk about a shrine prostitute. See, in this culture with the Canaanites, there were oftentimes temple or shrine prostitutes. That part of worship of a lot of these fertility gods and goddesses was sex. And so we see that and know that. So they immediately identify any type of prostitution with part of their worship. That's how foul their worship was. So verse 22 says, so Hira returned to Judah and told him, I couldn't find her anywhere, and the men of the village claimed they never had a shrine prostitute there. Then let her keep the things I gave her, Judah said. I sent the young goat as we agreed, but you couldn't find her. We'd be the laughing stock of the village if we went back to look for her. So she has simply disappeared. She played her part. She posed as what she wanted to pose as. She knew Judah. She knew what he was susceptible to. She set this trap for him. Sin upon sin upon sin. And whenever you see in Scripture, whenever you see sin upon sin upon sin, trying to almost up the ante to get back at someone, to cause more hurt because a hurt was done to you, we see it do nothing but trail off and be worse and worse. That's what we're finding right here too. And so we'll continue this story tomorrow.